Good afternoon. Welcome to day 3 of my 90-day public speaking challenge. So far, the first 2 have gone fairly well, and I feel more and more comfortable getting up and speaking in front of a live camera, which is entirely different from speaking in front of a live audience. So today, I'm going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, which is becoming organized. Hello, I am Kory, and I am a recovering slob. For the first time in more than 25 years, I am living on my own. So for the last 25 years, I've lived with family, wife, ex-wife now, children, and a mom, and for a brief while, both of my mom and my brother. And now I am living on my own, which is weird because I was a very young bachelor living on my own, and now I'm an older bachelor figuring these things out. Now, I'm not a hoarder or anything like that, but what I've come to realize is that my place needs a certain level of organization in order for me to be more comfortable. So were you to enter my house, you would walk through the door, walk on the carpeting up to the shoe cubby, take off your shoes, put them in the cubby, turn left, hang up your coat, and then if you needed to use the restroom, you could go right there. That sort of structure has helped me become a little bit more routine in where things go so that I know exactly where everything goes. On top of the shoe cubby, there is a little basket where all my keys go. So I know where things are. That's been important because I've missed some opportunities because I haven't been the most organized. I used to not use a filing system per se. It was more like the pile file system, and retrieving documents was more like an archaeological dig. If it was a month old, it would be 1 inch to 2 inches from the top. If it was 6 months old, it would be in the middle of the pile, and if it was a year old, it would be toward the bottom. That's what I knew. That's when I knew where things were, according to the depth of the stack of piles or papers on the shelf or the desk or the floor or in the closet or in the tub. But I'm getting away from this. The idea is now trying to minimize the level of piles everywhere and put them into a more structured organizing system. I haven't fully succeeded because I have books over here that are stacked up, but that makes sense because I can still see the spines. But slowly but surely, I am adding structure so that my place has a routine. I never understood that everything had a place and there was a place for everything. I'm not so obsessive where I draw chalk outlines and put things where they're supposed to be and pull out my Dymo labeler and say, this is what goes here. And some of you out there, I know who you are, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. I'll pause and let you bask in the moment of recognition. Unfortunately, though, I'm getting there. Because when I'm moving, and I haven't made up my mind exactly when I might move again, I've got sheets inside the doors of my cupboards that detail what is in each cupboard. So for food, there's a little inventory of the food in there. My pots and pans, all my pots and pans are neatly inventoried so that when I pull them out and put them into a box, I just pull off the sheet and put it in the box as well. And it will be organized, then I seal it up. Egads, this is happening to me. I wasn't expecting to be going through the change like this, but I'm moving from slobbery to, well, something less, or something more, I guess. This is weird. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you shouting out my books behind me. Those are not only books, they're graphic novels because I'm a big comic book fan. What has also struck me is there are places and structures in my life when I automatically did that. when it comes to my ties are neatly organized. My shirts and suits and shoes, neatly organized. Books, neatly organized. Video games, neatly organized. Paperwork, heck no. No idea about it. So I've been working very hard, reading all kinds of articles on the internet about how to organize my life. It hasn't fully happened yet, but there's hope. And as long as I'm still alive, I can become better organized. So every day for me is a struggle to advance my organizational level so that I know exactly where things are. Several people have taught me new tricks about organizing paperwork. As a budding speaker, I often find articles that I must have. And instead of printing them off, sometimes I save them as PDFs. So Control P and select the option to create PDFs. That way, I don't have as much paper to clutter and my zip drives become full. The only thing is, once they're on the zip drive, I still have to organize them according to content. But that's a lot easier to do that electronically than it is to go through piles and stacks of papers, read them, evaluate them, and then put them into what I call the final resting place, the paper shredder. Nothing fills me with more joy than buzzing through paper, knowing full well that I've gotten the value out of it and I'm creating compost. Hi, I'm Kory, and I'm a recovering slob. And I imagine that fairly soon, over the course of the next 90 days, I'll be hitting you back up with more of my recovering slob story. But I'm done for now. I hope you're doing well. We'll see you tomorrow.